live on your tablet, phone, and the KUTV app. This is 2 News Live.
Thanks for joining us for 2 News Live today. I'm Mark Cabell filling in for Brian Schnee. He's on assignment down at St. George. It is Tuesday, April 9th. We're going in depth tonight on the effort to prevent more historic buildings from being torn down in Salt Lake City following the partial demolition of the 5th Ward Meetinghouse, a historic site. Before we dive in, here's a look at what's making headlines today here on KUTV. Crews assessing damage to the Panguitch Lake Dam. That's in southern Utah. The Garfield County Sheriff's Office says this is resulting in significant cracking on the upper portion of the dam. As a precaution, Highway 143 is being closed down, parts of it anyway, and Panguitch Lake will be restricted to some, though the highway remains open above the lake, just not below it. Opening statements expected to begin tomorrow in the trial of Chad Daybell. Daybell accused of murdering his wife, Tammy Daybell, and his 2 stepchildren, J.J. Vallow and Tylee Ryan. He pleaded not guilty to all of the crimes he's accused of. Idaho court officials say they expect that trial to last 8 to 10 weeks. Utah DWR conservation officers needing your help to find the person who shot a bald eagle. The bird was found back on February 29th near 4500 West in Cedar City. Officers say the eagle had been shot in the wing with what appeared to be a rifle. The injuries were so severe that eagle had to be put down and euthanized. The person responsible, though, could face a felony charge for killing protected wildlife. Arizona, the latest abortion battleground state, after its Supreme Court today revived an 1864 law criminalizing almost all abortions. According to the ruling, the state can enforce a law criminalizing abortions except those to save a mother's life. The law was passed before Arizona was even a state officially. The ban takes effect in 14 days. And as we go in depth tonight, you can always get in touch with us during the show. You can use the hashtag 2NewsLive if you'd like to join in on the conversation. We would love to hear from you. Okay, we begin with the dramatic destruction of a historic church building in Salt Lake. A partial destruction may be a sign of a bigger problem all the way around. 2 News investigator Jake Taylor looks at a warning from those who say we're losing our history and what steps Salt Lake City Council should take to keep this from happening again. Jake, what's the bigger issue here? Because there's something going on that this actual building could have been partially destroyed without anybody really knowing about it or any permits being signed.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I think the bigger issue that people are talking about is whether what happened to this building may be happening and have happened to other historic and very old buildings that are historic across our region. Now, with the increase in the cost of real estate, the thought is developers have a lot of incentive to try to make money and to try to turn old buildings into something that might be a lot more profitable for them. And I spoke to many in the area who kept using the phrase in talking about the destruction of this building that it's easier to ask forgiveness than permission. Many under the impression that for a lot of developers, the current fines, the current penalties that exist may not be enough to prevent them from doing what they want with historic buildings, sometimes feeling they can do what they want, pay the fee, and then go on with their plans. I spoke to the Salt Lake City Council about this issue. They have specifically, just within the last week, started discussing a proposal that would increase the severity of fines and penalties on people who do unpermitted work, specifically on historic buildings. They said that they are looking at that. It's something they're seriously considering. They're going to have a public hearing about that 1 week from today. It appears that it may be likely that it will move forward. So that is one thing that's happening right now within Salt Lake to try to stop something like this from happening again.
Yeah, Jake, it's interesting too because the owner seemed to intimate that this was a misunderstanding, but yet we have some documents that show, when we investigated, that show that he did say he wanted to completely demolish the building. Hard to know who to trust, who to believe, who to listen to in all of this. It sounds like it's going to be a mess for the city. Do they rebuild it? Is it structurally sound? Do they need to tear it down? What about the fines? And what about the 2 guys that were going to try to buy the building and renovate it and fix it up?
Yeah, certainly there's a lot of unanswered questions. Some of them we have answers to. It's definitely a mess of figuring out what exactly is going to happen, when the next thing is going to happen. The city is staying firm, saying that they will be expecting this to be fixed. That is their plan. That is their expectation of the person responsible for this, is that it will be restored to how it was before. Is that even possible? I did ask a historical preservation expert that specific question today. Can you even fix this? They said yes. They say that there are the experts in Utah right now who know how to get this work done, who can restore it, but of course, it won't be easy and it certainly won't be cheap.
Yeah, we don't see too many buildings like that still standing around in Salt Lake City. And people here love history. They love church history. So it's going to be interesting to see what becomes of it. When you see the drone shots, Jake, it looks like a very beautiful building. And if they could have turned it into something else or refurbished it, who knows what it could have been. But let's hope they can fix it. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess.
Yeah, it's certainly a beautiful building. Like you said, there are those a few men who are looking to buy it. They say that they still are hoping that that can happen. If they can work with the city and the current owner, they say once it's fixed to what it was before, they'd love to try to give it some new life.
All right, Jake, thank you very much for the update. I know we'll be keeping an eye on this story. Stay with 2 News for the very latest updates on the Fifth Ward Meetinghouse. We'll try to keep you up to date. If you'd like to watch our past stories, you can head over to KUTV's YouTube page by scanning the QR code on your screen. Now we're going to go in depth with another church building, this one brand new. Today, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints hosting a media tour of the new Taylorsville Temple. Kristen McPeak speaking with the church and the community members about what the temple means for the community in Taylorsville. And Kristen, what are people saying about this new church?
Hey there. So a lot of people we spoke with here at the church, of course, say that this is great for the community. It's not only a physical symbol here right by I-215 and 4700 South here in Taylorsville, but it has a significance of a place of peace. And so that's something that they really enjoy about this place. And we spoke with other people here in the area, and they say that they're excited about this. We did speak with the city as well, and there was some things that they mentioned with traffic and things like that they were kind of notified about by the city, and so that's something that they are kind of aware of. And the city actually put in this new cul-de-sac here, and so that's also one of the improvements here in the city, that we can kind of see some changes around this temple.
And Kristen, we've been hearing that they're letting people go in and see the inside of the temple there in Taylorsville. Have you had a chance to go in? The pictures look great.
Yes, so we went inside there earlier. It is gorgeous inside. Stained glass windows, symbolic paintings, some of them original, and we went into some of the different spaces and places of worship, and it was a really informal tour. And so that's something that the public can come do and see. And then during the next few weeks, you can do that. We have the schedule online, as well as a way you can register, but you have to do it soon because eventually this will be dedicated and only members of the church will be able to come in here.
All right, Kristen, thank you very much for the update. The Taylorsville Temple looks pretty with that blue sky behind it. Couldn't have framed that shot any better.
I know, plenty of sunshine out there. Look at this. I mean,
hey,
it doesn't get better than that, right?
That's golf weather, my friend.
I know. I'll see you out there.
Friday.
Yeah, close to 80 degrees. How about that? And we're looking at a nice long period of this nice, comfortable weather through the weekend. I do want to show you, though, if you're heading to the Jazz game this evening, it is going to be beautiful out there heading home. You'll probably just need a light jacket as the temperatures cool off into the 40s. But, yeah, look at this. Clear, sunshine, 56 degrees. So yeah, it's a little bit cooler than where we typically are for this time of the year, but hang in there. We're going to see that warm weather returning in the next few days. Winds at the northwest, 12 miles per hour, but we're already seeing some major improvements area-wide, 5 to upwards of 10 degrees warmer from 24 hours ago. So we're heading in the right direction. Hanksville sitting at 64 degrees. Along the Wasatch Front, we're into the 50s for the most part. Cedar City, 57. St. George, though, you're the lucky one there, into the lower 70s. We're dry all across the state. We've got some really large activity down towards the south and east, heading towards Texas, Oklahoma. We've got some severe weather there, pushing towards the Mississippi Valley. We've already had numerous reports of very large hail, egg-sized hail in the Lone Star State. If you are traveling anywhere down towards the south and east as you're heading into the day tomorrow, you definitely want to check with your flights for the potential for some delays or even some cancellations there. Here at home, though, no travel issues here. We're dealing with quiet conditions, plenty of sunshine, high pressure system moves in. Now we're already starting to see the potential for some changes as we head into the second half of the weekend. Sunday, increasing clouds into the morning. By the evening, could see some mountain snow showers and some valley rain showers that will persist into the day on Monday. Still pretty much a warm system here, so all valley rain, mountain snow. But we've got another system moving in as we head into the day Tuesday. So looking a little bit more active here. This system could be a little bit colder here with those snow levels dropping a bit. Still many days away, so the specifics here a bit uncertain, but what is looking pretty likely here is that we will start a cooler and more active pattern as we head into Sunday and into next week. For this evening, though, it's going to be on the cooler side early tomorrow morning. Early in the evening, it's comfortable, but tomorrow morning, not as cold as the past few days. We're going to be down into the 30s and 40s as we head into the day tomorrow. Going to be dealing with temperatures here into the 60s, 62 Richfield, Cedar City at 65 degrees, St. George at 78 degrees. So you can't beat that, and you can't beat this 7-day forecast for you down in St. George. Dealing with temperatures close to 85 degrees Friday, the weekend here looking really nice. Notice, though, it does get a little bit cooler into early next week. Breezy conditions as well with some showers there. Along the Wasatch Front, 60s turn to 70s, close to that 80-degree mark on Friday, breezy conditions, and then we're already tracking our next storm moving in Sunday into Monday. So get outside and enjoy this nice stretch of weather here through the next few days because we could see some changes by this time next week.
I'm going to channel my inner Sterling Polson and say, don't plant your tomatoes until after Mother's Day.
Yeah, yeah, we could still be dealing with, freezing cold temperatures and, of course, some snow. It's possible our last average snow that we see here in Salt Lake is about a week from today, so still got some time.
Yeah, well, it looks nice. It's starting to warm up, and I think everybody's starting to get a little bit of spring fever going.
You can smell it there outside
yes,
too with the pollen,
yes,
right?
You can. All right, Sean, thank you very much. Hey, remember to download our 2 News Weather app. If you'd like to see changes in your neighborhood, you can get updated forecasts, and you can get live radar right on your phone. The app is free to download. Well, now that the eclipse is officially over, you might be wondering what to do with your eclipse glasses. Well, there's a number of organizations that recycle or try to reuse them. Astronomers Without Borders has been accepting donations of eclipse glasses for 15 years. Now, they partner with organizations where you can drop off or mail in your used glasses, including retailers like Warby Parker. You can also send them to Eclipse Glasses USA, which repurposes used glasses for future celestial events, or you could pack your glasses away for the next major eclipse coming up in about 20 years. Now, some of these have expiration dates on them. You're not supposed to use them after a certain amount of time. You don't want to look for that, right? Because
don't risk it.
No, don't risk it.
Don't risk it.
I will not probably be here in 20 years from now, but so I probably won't need any glasses. But yeah, 2044 is the next full eclipse, I think.
Right. Yeah, it's for the extreme northern part of the country, and I believe Montana. And then it's 2045 is the one that goes through Salt Lake.
And that'll be total, right?
Yeah, so that's going to be great.
So yeah, hang on to your glasses, or you can recycle them and get new ones in 20 years from now. There you go. Hey, thanks for watching 2 News Live. We're here every day, Monday through Friday at 5:30. We hope you join us again for more in-depth conversations on the topics that impact you and your family. Have a great Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow, and I'll rejoin you for 2 News at 6 in just about 15 minutes. See you then.